Hello, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here. Today, I want to talk about something I find fascinating and near and dear to my heart because it affected me as a young child. And that's the normalization of pedophilia in America. I don't know about other countries. I definitely know that pedophilia is normalized in other countries. But here in America, it's extra fun because here in America, we love to do this thing where we like to sexualize something and demonize it at the same time. So, yeah, also, I can't really talk on subjects that don't affect me directly because I have no input in it because I'm not being affected. So I can only talk about it here in America. So let's get into that, yeah? So I just watched a video. I hope there was no nip in that adjustment. But how many of these videos start with, I just watched a video? But I just watched a video by Alex Meyer, I think it is. He's a YouTuber who does like movie reviews about the movie 365 Days, right? Right. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so I can lean back a little bit more. I'm trying to zoom out. There is no balance. I should just put a shirt on, but I'm not gonna. So yeah. So this guy, this stalker creep from the movie, not Alex. The stalker creep, he like comes up on this girl and he's like, "You lost, baby girl," and he says that twice in the movie, and it made me wonder, why. So when you take a step back and you look at that line, it's demeaning to women. That's just the culture, right? The culture is demeaning to women. The fact that women were used as bargaining chips back in the day, because a marriage was just a transaction in which the item that you're trading for another item, for be it land, title, authority, was a woman, or in extra fun circumstances, a girl, because there is a difference, I'm just gonna stop myself right there, but a girl was a bargaining chip. So I don't know if you notice this, because you might not be a woman, you might not be female bodied, so you might not be subjected to this sexual harassment on a daily basis, but I've noticed that one of the things, like, guys love to use the term baby girl. They like to call you little girl. Now, like, if you're an old vampire, I get it. If you're like 300 years old, sure, everyone's a baby to you. But if you're like 27, if you're like not my dad, or anyone's dad, you shouldn't be calling them baby girl. Like, if you're gonna demean somebody, that'd be like, oh, hey, I see you, and not only am I not gonna call you by your proper pronouns, which I don't know yet, but I'm not even gonna call you a woman. I'm gonna call you a girl because I don't think you're mature enough to be a woman. But also, I want to establish that you're smaller than me because I am a man and you're a girl. A little girl, a baby girl. Which, why are you attracted to baby girls? Why is it that you want to make the association between the person you want to fuck? Because it's not love. They never want to love you. They just want to fuck you. If they want to love you, they're going to call you your name. But how come y'all always make the association between what you want to fuck and little kids? There's always that association there. Like, I see a lot of stories about, like, I watch a lot of murder mysteries because I like murder mysteries, so I watch a lot of those. I see a lot of murder mysteries. I always got these Caucasian men always out here abusing little girls, abusing little kids, always doing shit to little kids. Why y'all love little kids so much? It's always a story like, oh, so-and-so, this little girl was abducted and molested. It's like, is it because it's easier to take advantage of a little girl? you could just man up and chloroform her ass, drug her ass, because it's not like y'all don't have access to this. Y'all be drugging these little girls. What is the obsession with this pedophilia here in America? Why is that so normalized to the point where we're like sexualizing our children, even subtly? Just a little. So like, what up with that? And I personally have no input to put in the situation, because like, even as skewed as my mentality is and the weird, unsocially acceptable thoughts that I have, I don't even want to be involved with a dude that's younger than me. Now you see, I graduated high school 10 years ago. So if you're in high school, you better be a teacher. I know it's a mentality thing. Girls age much faster than boys because boys are raised to think they can do whatever the fuck they want, and that's okay because boys will be boys. That's why 90% of boys are fucking rapists, because boys will be boys and they never grow up to be men. They just stay feti because nobody wants to take responsibility for them and teach them how to be a genuine, proper human. But that's not on me. My little brother got raised right, and my sons are gonna get raised right. You know? And how do I know my little brother got raised right? Because my dad raised him right. And my stepmom raised him right. And whatever they weren't there to catch, best believe I was. Because, nah, I ain't hearing no shit about how my brother did X, Y, Z. Become a murderer, maybe, because I see that pain in him. I see my pain and my anger in him, and I have the spiritual nature to not harm others without severely hating and resenting myself. And him, however, I don't think so, because we don't have the same worldviews. So you gotta catch that shit. You gotta make sure if your siblings are being emotionally and mentally abused in situations. I understand parents don't think that everything qualifies as mental and emotional abuse, but y'all hurting them kids. Somebody gotta hold their baby brother because they're afraid they're just gonna be so mad if you gotta hold your brother and you're afraid he's gonna punch you, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You hurting them kids. The fact that somebody could feel like they're about to get punched because this child is upset, but you know they need a hug, so you're gonna give them a hug because you know ain't nobody else gonna give them a hug, and you ain't gonna allow them to fall into the misogynistic tendency of, oh, I don't need affection. Nah, boy, you gonna take this love. You gonna know that you loved. So when that day comes and you about to crack, you ain't gonna crack. You gonna call your sister. That's what you gonna do. So what up with that? Back to the original topic, pedophilia in America. Like. Where does it even start? Where do I even start? Do I start on Nickelodeon? Foot Fetish Network? To the point where they had a literal foot? Which I didn't peep that until Natalia Taylor showed me, or reminded me in a video, because I didn't see that sign since I was a kid, and you don't notice the obligatory foot fetish shit all over Nickelodeon. And then you remember they had a big orange sign that was shaped like a foot. And suddenly it gets weird when you're thinking about all those slap videos with Ariana Grande and all those scenes in iCarly where they're just showing their feet, and you're just like, this is child porn. It's PG child porn. But child porn is child porn. And this is child porn on a public media network. But that's subtle. You can get away with a little foot fetish child CP, you know? Because it's just foot fetish, you know? Everyone's got feet. And it's not like these are baby feet. These are just children feet, you know? Does it start there? Does it start with children being dressed up as business people? No, that's just adultification. That's not even perversion. I don't know. I want to like talk about this because it seems so prevalent, you know? The fact that children can't even go, little girls can't even go without being molested. Women can't even go without being demeaned and de-aged, I guess. Like, literally, doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50, some old ashy dude. It's always some ashy dudes. I'm always some old ashy dude. Why do guys my age never have the confidence to talk to me? It's always these old ashy men who have children older than my sister. My sister's 10 years older than me, bro. You know I want babies, right? Like, you ain't gonna climb on top of me shooting dust everywhere. You know I want babies, right? You know I, as an individual, have the right to a family, to a future. You don't even got the money that will make it worth it for me to marry you and let your dusty ass die. You ain't even got lotion, bro. You ain't even got lotion. Bro, are you talking to me because I'm nice and supple, because I'm moisturized, and you want me to fix you and fucking put some coconut oil on them ashy ass, white ass hands? Nigga, how you coming at me darker than me, but your hands is goddamn cracker shade? Talk to some granny with some... I understand my hair is white, but god damn it, my skin is supple. You can see I ain't in my 50s. Go talk to some granny, nigga. Go talk to somebody your own age. Go talk to like an old white woman, nigga. Cause you trying to be an old white man. See, look, your goddamn hands, you goddamn feet. Take care of yourself, nigga. Talk about let me take care of you, nigga. You can't even take care of yourself. Okay. Seriously though, how many women, female-bodied entities, do you know that have been molested? Not even once, not even twice. Minimum of 3 times. Minimum of 3 times. How many women, female-bodied entities, do you know that have been molested from like the age of 7, before puberty, before their first period? And that's another thing, because like what girls used to be sold off the second they started to bleed. Like America, why do we have these? Why are we going so hard to act like we hate pedophilia? Like, we give a fuck about a person's age. Like, is it just a control thing? Like, back in the day, you just pushed my unbraided, not unbraided hair back. Why? Back in the day, y'all used to marry children. The second she could bleed, she was being married off. I hate the fact that this one particular overexposed light always makes my forehead just blow up. Like, I get it. It's big. You don't need to emphasize it. But why? Why are we acting like that's not a past we came from and still is in? I've seen so many stories that have happened in my lifetime of Caucasian men taking children. And it's dominantly Caucasian. Dominantly these same niggas holding this shit. The same niggas that wanna act like they have such a huge issue with pedophilia. The same niggas that were taking child brides. So, what up with that? Cause y'all still pedophiles. Like, y'all still pedophiles. No matter how you want to look at it, y'all still pedophiles. Like, y'all still pedophiles. You will take a woman and you will, like, not these aren't even the dudes in the healthy daddy-daughter relationships. Like, how do I adjust myself? Like, because, like, could you be a pedophile in a daddy-daughter relationship? Because there is no correlation between pedophilia and, there's a specific term I'm trying to remember. I've been so out of the life, I don't even get to think about kinky stuff anymore. Because the kinkiest I get to get is, like, at work. Everything else is just like, oh yeah, let me fuck you. Let me just. Okay, I'm done. It's like, I heard foreplay was a thing, but I don't think it really exists. Like, niggas be like, oh, I thought you were kinky. You're so kinky. Like, yeah, I just want to fuck you because you're so kinky. Like, nigga, you ain't kinky. The fuck? You don't even know what half that shit is. Talking about a fucking rope right here, nigga. Ain't nobody go for it. Fucking nipple clamps right here, nigga. Ain't nobody ever go for that shit. It's, oh, yeah. I just want to fuck you. Yeah, I'm just gonna hump you. And okay, now I'm done. Nigga, you ain't kinky. You don't even know what kinky is. The only kinky you ever experienced was in your fucking hair. Where was I going with that? Anyway, long story short, pedophilia runs rampant in our country. I can't speak for the rest of the world because I'm not there. I can speak for Belize, which is in Central America. It runs rampant there because I first got molested in Belize, and apparently, from talking to my sister, molesting children is just a norm in the family. And hell, even one of my cousins was married to a 16-year-old when he was like in his 20s, and I'm just like, what? Calm down. Ma, calm down. Stop telling me this shit. Stop telling me this shit. But I come from a third world country. What's your excuse, America? What's your excuse, America? I come from a third world country where who fucking cares? Like, the reason that shit keeps going, the reason that both me and my sister got molested was because who fucking cares? That shit just keeps going. It's like, how my mom found out that we were getting hurt, and instead of like addressing the situation, she just removed me from it. That doesn't fix what happened, nor could it like entirely stop it, because continued to get molested by other people. Didn't even talk to you about it because we couldn't have that conversation. So then what? What is the point? Why even remove your child from that situation? Well, I understand why you remove your child from that situation, but if you aren't going to talk to your child about it, and they already haven't even been processing it, like when your child starts getting molested at 7 and doesn't realize they were molested until they get raped at like 19, what were you doing? That your child was repressing getting molested multiple times by multiple people for multiple years. What is you doing? Why is we normalizing molesting children to the point where we just move them from situation to situation where they get molested and can't talk about it? And the fact that they can't talk about it is what makes them get molested. Because if your child is like, Ma, I went to this thing, and then this, and then that happened, and I feel like this, and then that, and then that, and then XO touched me here, and blah, 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 and your child can't fucking tell you everything. They're not going to tell you anything. And if you're not going to talk about it, you're not going to know about it. It, like, mind you, we put their children in these situations, and now this has become a whole other video because this ties in to the pedophilia, because all this shit gets normalized. Like if my mom was, if you could talk to her without her yelling at you for some bullshit, like, Ma, my cousin molested me. Like, oh, well, why would you let this happen? And why would you do that? And why would you not tell me? Like how I didn't want to tell her when I was a kid because I knew she was going to be mad at me. And when she found out when I was older, guess what? She was mad at me. How you going to get mad at me for getting molested? The fuck? The fuck is that shit? How you gonna get mad at me for not telling you? Like, oh, you cutting? You grab this arm, my left arm? Like, yeah, Mom, I'm definitely gonna be cutting my dominant arm. That's definitely how we do. Thanks for letting me know you don't know what hand I write with, even though I'm like 16. Yeah, Pop Daddy, 16 years ago, been living you for 16 years. These are the reasons our children don't talk to us. So how exactly is it so normalized that we have such a fucked up system where our children aren't speaking and men are just running rampant and boys are just running rampant because these boys never grow up. So these boys continue to be boys because boys will be boys, and if boys are never taught how to be men, which they aren't, especially not here in America, they grow up to be boys and think they could kidnap people, and that's okay. And they think Stockholm syndrome is an effective form of love and relationship. I brought it back to the movie 365 Days because the guy kidnapped her and he was like, I'm going to give you a chance to fall in love with me, and if you don't love me next year on your birthday, I'm going to let you go. Yeah, okay, whatever. And then he gets her killed. And he gets her killed by the mafia. How much you want to bet that movie was made in America? It's so fucking stupid. Talking about this is a romance. No, that's horror. That's horror. Y'all need to stop. Americans, y'all don't know romance. You don't. It probably wasn't American though, because they were speaking some other languages in there. But Americans, you don't know romance. All you know is sex that sells. Barely, because your sex that sells is also tied in the degradation. Because you can't be sexy here in America. I can't exist without somebody coming and yelling at me and accusing me of making them, forcing them to assault me. So, not only are we going to encroach on my personal space, but you're going to say that I made you do it because I was just so attractive, because my existence was so powerful to you that you just had to come and assault me. You see the problem here? The same problem intertwined in with the fact that we use women to sell. We use the fact that people are attracted to the female form. Like, how many people are watching this video right now like, oh yeah, just lean back just a little bit more, come on, yeah, show us some nips, show us something. How many people are sitting here waiting for that? Because sex sells, and we use women to sell sex. But at the same time, women aren't allowed to be sexual, you know? It's like we can use the female body to sell sex, to sell items, to sell everything. We can use sex to sell burgers. Have a woman in a bikini get all wet and soapy and crawl on top of a car and eat a nice burger because it's sexy. But if a woman were to be washing her car, stop washing her car to have a nice burger, have a nice food break, and somebody were to pass and see that, she would be sexualized. She would be demonized for being sexy, even though she's just existing, just living her life, just washing her car and having a nice burger break. People would come up to her, hit on her, waste her time, and then probably get mad at her because she's not interested in them. Why even is that? Why is it so prevalent in our society that boys will get mad at you because you don't have the same interests as them? Like, I don't even know you, dude. I don't even know you. You approaching me the wrong way. You coming up to me calling me a woman. Like, that is the fastest way. I do not identify as a woman, so calling me a woman is the fastest way to, like, make me lose interest. You might as well just be like, hey, how are you? Because you ain't getting a response if you ask me how I am. Because I don't need every fucking conversation started with, hey, how are you? You know you don't give a shit. Because I just gave you a paragraph and your response was cool. Haha. Well, I'm doing this. I don't give a fuck. I didn't ask. Same way you didn't give a fuck, even though you asked. I didn't ask because I don't give a fuck. The way you shouldn't have asked because you don't give a fuck. Just start your conversation. What the fuck do you want to talk to me about? Like, I'd rather these dudes would be like, oh yeah, I want to fuck. Let me fuck you. Even though that's the wrong approach because you don't even know my name and you trying to get inside of me. Nigga, I will rob you and cut your dick off and then choke you with it. Maybe record it, but that's evidence. So I ain't gonna do that. Or I'm gonna hide that shit real good. Don't be fucking with me. Y'all think crazy is attractive, but then y'all get crazy in your life and you're like, I don't know what to do with this. It's like, I'm one of those niggas that I will tell you what I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna do it, How I'm gonna do it? What's gonna make me do it? What's gonna happen? I'm gonna describe everything that's happening during, and y'all still ain't gonna take me serious. And then y'all still won't call me crazy. I'm like, look, you hurt my feelings, I'm gonna stab you. You hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you. And then you hurt me, I give you the leeway. I'd be like, look, what you did really hurt me. I don't appreciate it. You ignore me. It happens again. Look, what you did really hurt me. I don't appreciate. This is what happened in my past, and this is why it affects me so bad. So if you can't honor that, and you don't want to leave me alone because this isn't working, because you want to keep trying to make this work, but you don't want to adjust so that I'm not getting hurt anymore, but you don't want to leave me alone, so now I gotta stab you. I'm kidding, I don't have to stab you, I'm just gonna leave you alone. But I will stab you. I've stabbed niggas before. I will tell you that I will stab you. Before I stab you, I will tell you I'm gonna stab you. But where's the problem there? Because where does it become an issue? Because I'm being honest, but I'm not being taken seriously. So now you got stabbed. And you know where that comes from? Being molested. Because you can't be safe. You can't feel safe around these dudes. The second you feel safe around these dudes, suddenly you're trapped in a basement. Now you can't leave until you give them sex. Suddenly you're being pinned down, and now they're telling you you like it because your body keeps moaning because they keep touching you in sexual places. Now you gotta kill a nigga because he's trying to molest you and you're over being molested. It always comes down to that, because now you gotta kill a nigga because you're tired of being molested, but guys think they can just take your body. Why is that? Why do guys think that they're like privy to your essence, that they could just take you? Does that also tie into the pedophilia? Is that why y'all like little girls and little boys? Because they're easy to take, because you could just pick them up and do with them as you please. Is that why y'all like children? Is that why y'all like to demean women to the point of children, so that you can have your way with them and try to make them feel young and childlike and helpless? Let's talk, Let's talk, because pedophilia is something that runs rampant in our society. Whether or not we acknowledge it, people like to look young. Like, it's one thing being the feminine form is in right now. People like big boobies and big butts and big hips, all these symbols and signs of fertility. People love that shit, because who doesn't love fertility? Now we're trying to act like we don't like flat chests and flat butts and straight bodies, because, which I find funny, because back in the day of Greece, Aphrodite is a nice, thick woman. She's a nice, thick woman. But then at some point, the white man was like, nah, we like flat chests and flat butts and all this shit, because we like that shit that reminds us of children. Prepubescent shit. Flat chests, flat butts, flat curves, or is that just a Caucasian woman? I don't know. Did they try to give them their light? Honestly, there shouldn't be these body standards. We should just, fuck a body, literally, metaphorically, fuck a body. It should be about the spirit inside of the body. So, physical attraction is nice and all, but there shouldn't be some societal accepted standard. There should just be personal standard. I like tall dudes because I like guys who can do things I can't do. I like big, strong dudes because I like dudes that can't do things that I can do, I can't reach the top shelf. I can climb to the top shelf, but I don't always want to climb to the top shelf. But if a nigga could just, here you go, babe, that's cool. I like that they tower over me because it makes me feel small. I like feeling small because then they protect you and it makes me feel small and protected, which I never got to feel as a child because it was just small and abandoned. It was like, alright, Ashley, we understand that you just got born, but you gotta take care of yourself now. You gotta be a responsible adult, alright? I'm gonna put you here in this chair, and I'm just gonna leave you there, and you need to take care of yourself. But also now you gotta take care of everybody else. I'm just like, goo? Ka? Bitch, take me back to Belize? Or bitch, take me to Belize? Shit, because I was born in America. Take me to Belize? Can you abandon me? With Grandma? Grandma Irma? Or Aunt Irma? Wait, Grandma Alma. Grandma Alma. Yeah, just abandon me with Aunt Irma. I don't want to be. Somebody named I don't want to be here just joined a Discord server. Gave me a good chuckle. But anyway, that's all I have to say. That's not all I have to say. Because I didn't even mention toddlers and tiaras. Which, perfect example. Like, you see, I'm just so flight-minded. I be forgetting this shit. But toddlers and tiara is a perfect example of my argument. Because, I mean, you can have baby beauty pageants. You shouldn't have baby beauty pageants because you maybe baby pageants where like little girls get dressed up and just have fun and show off their skills and just have fun and have fun and have fun where little girls have fun, you know, have pageants, but not beauty pageants, not for these little girls, not for these prepubescent children. I was watching a video where this one little girl, she was one of the hosts, they were like, oh, do you think you're beautiful? And she was like, I am beautiful, and started crying because the fact that they were asking her this question, do you think you're beautiful, implied, which I don't understand how this little girl understood the subtext of that, but she understood that by them asking her if she thought she was beautiful implied that they don't think that she's beautiful because they felt the need to ask, because if she was beautiful they wouldn't need to ask her if she was beautiful. And then she ran off crying. A 4-year-old shouldn't understand the concept of that, nor should she be thinking of, am I beautiful? Like that one story of that one little girl that got like kidnapped, molested, and then left in a field for dead, and she like looked at herself, her mirror while she was at the hospital because somebody brought her little makeup kit for her, and she looked at her face and she was like, I don't know who this person is, I'm not beautiful anymore. I'm like, what do you, girl, you was like 10? Like, I understand not looking like yourself, but you shouldn't be worried about not being beautiful because you are a child. Children should not be seen as beautiful. We should not be out here talking about this is the most beautiful child. That's pedophilia. That's softcore pedophilia. You leave them children alone. No, them children is not hot. Them children is not sexy. Them children is not attractive. Them children is children. No, you can have a beautiful child. You can have a beautiful child, but you can't have a beautiful child. You can't have a beautiful child the way you have a beautiful woman. Like, you can have a little girl or a little boy that's just like, oh, those features, they just line up real nice, and that face is just so beautiful. Like, it beautiful in the face. Like, you leave that child's body alone. You leave everyone's body alone. It is not your business. You can comment on your partner's body. You can comment on your friend's body when they ask for your opinion. Hell, you can even comment on a stranger's appearance if they ask for your opinion. If you have a compliment, if you have something nice to say, otherwise, you leave them alone. You walk away. You walk the fuck away with your negative ass. With your goddamn society conditioned ass that makes you think that because you have a negative experience that you need to share. Like, I had this dude in my inbox once. He posted a picture of me that was posted. It was taken in like 2012, but it was reposted in 2014. I was like 20 in the picture. Mind you, this is also before I was raped. So this is before I was dealing with any of my sexual past, because I didn't realize I was molested, actually. No, Gerald came after Randy. So that was after I was raped. So that was the start of my journey, because I didn't realize I was molested until I was raped. And then nobody wanted to talk to me about it. Like, literally, everybody was just like, oh, well, I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear you say that. I'm just going to keep carrying on. Or, oh, God, I'm so mad at this, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to prove I'm mad. I'm just going to make empty threats to Randy. Oh, Randy's in front of me right now? I'm not going to do anything because I don't want the group to turn on me. Like, they're not going to turn on you. I will fight you with them. Like, they let me stab him. What makes you think they're not going to let you beat him the fuck up for hurting me? I don't know. That sounds like an excuse for why you don't want to take action, but this isn't about that. This is about toddlers and tiaras. Before I get way too far from that topic. But that show was trash. I feel like I was going to say something else. But that show is trash. And it's literally, like, I understand that people grow up and they do pageants. But for one, being involved in a beauty pageant should be a personal choice, because that takes strength. You need to be confident and able to put yourself in a position where you are going to be rated on how conventionally attractive you are and seem. You need to be mentally prepared to put yourself into that, so that if they tell you that you are not as beautiful as you think you are, or as you thought that they would think you are, you need to be strong enough, or at least have the support, the strong enough support system to like let you know that shit doesn't matter. A child, especially these children in these pageants, they don't have that. Their parents are toxic as fuck and are usually just pushing them like all these fucking situations you see with these damn TV shows. Like, I'm sure there are families out there who are like, oh yeah, my daughter wants to be in pageants and she just loves it because she thinks it's so fun, so she goes and she doesn't mind losing, but she just does it for fun. I'm sure those exist. I'm sure there are people out there who are their parents out there who are taking their children to these pageants because their children just love wearing pretty dresses and singing and dancing for people and sometimes winning an award. I'm sure they exist, but that's not what we see. It's normalized that there are these toxic ass parents forcing the children into these circumstances, these toxic ass circumstances where they're just being witness to like adults fighting because somebody brought a sheep and the sheep pooped in the dance studio, but the adults aren't adult enough to clean up after the sheep, so now their daughter has to do it. Toxic individuals that we put on TV to normalize these toxic ass behavior, like the sexualization of children. Because we watch these shows, you always have these children in these skimpy outfits doing these skimpy dances, these sexual dances that children shouldn't be doing. And you know, it's just narcissistic parents and pedophiles watching this shit because, like, come on, seriously, who's seriously watching this show? Who's seriously watching this show? You know it's not these children that want to be in pageants. They have no interest in these shows that are filled with drama and toxicity. There are people watching for the drama because there are always people watching for the drama because humans are a hot mess and they just keep getting hotter and messier for some fucking reason. Partly due to surgery, but mostly genetics, just getting messier because messy people are breeding with messy people. There are just so many people. I'm just so tired of hearing dudes say it's like, oh yeah, I knocked up this annoying toxic girl because I don't want to use a condom because it's easier to just fuck somebody who's not going to let me see my child in the future than to consciously make the decision of not sleeping with somebody who seems crazy, like as crazy as I might come off if we have a child together and it doesn't work out, unless you're like a super toxic piece of shit, like out here gang banging, fucking all the bitches. You already said you don't want nothing to do with this child. You constantly degrading me and shit. Yes, you're not gonna see your child, but if you're just like a cool nigga, like, I don't give a fuck if we had an argument, we fell out, we don't want nothing to do with each other. If you're a cool dude, this is still your child. I'm still gonna put my feelings to the side and I'm still gonna love you and hold a friendship with you because that is important for the child. And I don't give a fuck about you, but this child here is part of me. And if you're good to the child, I can be civil with you, you know? Because it's not about me, and it's not about you. If we have a child, we have a child, and that child comes first. Even if it means I gotta, like, not even grit my teeth. Even if it means I gotta put my ego to the side to get along with somebody who, I don't even know. Most of my relationships failed due to, like, incompatibility. My last relationship failed because, like, I guess mental health. It's a bunch of mental health clashing and shit like that. I guess a lack of communication. He was like, I don't want to be friends anymore. I'm like, you always saying you don't want to be friends, my nigga. Like, I dead ass tell you, like, look, I'm gonna push you away because that's what I do, because I literally have been alone for years. That's just my norm. That's just all I fucking know. So I'm gonna go back to my safe zone of isolation. So I'm gonna push you away because I pushed niggas away. I told you that from the jump before I even start pushing you away. But at no point did I say I didn't want to be friends. That's different. It's different from you're hurting me. I need you to leave me alone because if like this situation isn't gonna get better because you're not gonna change, and my feelings aren't being met, acknowledged, or worked on. This is a one-sided relationship. So no, I don't want to sit here and work with you because I'm just being hurt and I can't even talk about it anymore because you're like, no, I'm tired of hearing the same shit. And I'm like, well, I'm tired of hurting the same way. But there's a difference between that and I don't want to be friends. If you're always saying you don't want to be friends, we don't got to be friends. You want to be friends, we ain't got to be friends. So that's why I ended, because he don't want to be friends. And like I told him before, I'm like, you don't really want to be friends. And he was always like, no, I want to be friends. And I was like, you don't want to be friends because you already said twice that you don't want to be friends. It's different if you don't want to, like, if you can't do it right now, if you need a break, if you need to take a step away, if you can't handle this right now, but you don't want to be friends. You said that the first time we broke up, you said that the second time we had altercations, and now you're saying it again. We ain't got to be friends. So in situations like that, we ain't gotta be friends. We ain't gotta, like, work together on this shit. We ain't gotta do nothing. That's how that last one ended. And all the other ones, we could probably have a civil parenthood. But this isn't what that is about. This video started about pedophilia. But I'm trying to think of another good show that promotes pedophilia besides anything on Nickelodeon and these kid beauty pageant shows. I bleached my hair last night and I don't know if it's lighter. I think it's lighter. I think my roots are lighter. But I'm always overexposed by this light or underexposed, and they look a little bit lighter. I only had the bleach on for like 10 minutes because I don't want to fuck up my roots and then all my locks fall off. Because what's worse than all your locks falling off? Fucking up your roots and having healthy locks fall off. That would suck. But anyway, let's discuss. If you're a guy, why do you call girls baby girl? Why do you take a whole ass woman living on her own or taking care of herself, paying her bills, and call her a baby? Why do you do that? Why do you want to imagine, unless you're daddy dumb, why do you want to imagine your partner as a child? Why do you want that? Because outside of daddy and little relations, mommy and little relations, I don't understand why somebody could find sexualization in their partner by seeing them as a child. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I have this paternal thing and I just want to, like, take care of people. And I'm like, oh, so you like to revert to a child sometimes, and sometimes you like to get silly and act like a child or an animal. And, like, I'm cool with that. Like, I want to take out my paternal instincts towards you, but also at the same time, I understand that you're not my daughter. You're just somebody that I kind of, like, call baby, because we have this role play, this foreplay type of situation. It doesn't always have to be sexual either. It doesn't always have to be foreplay. Sometimes it could just be role play. Sometimes it's an expression of trauma in a healthy situation being taken out in a healthy manner. Because, a lot of times, I haven't fully understand the concept yet, but I know I used to be really into, like, getting hit, but not anymore now that I, like, don't hate life as much. I don't know, I still hate life. Like, I could just drop dead right now, and I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with that. What am I even living for at this moment? Nothing. The only thing keeping me on this planet, like, stuck here, is Cthulhu. That's it. Where was I going? Yes, why do you guys like to call women baby? Baby girl. Not even baby woman. Why these demeaning terms that take a whole grown-ass adult and make them seem like a child? Outside of that situation, why do y'all do that? Why are you so attracted to children that you feel the need to childize your adult partner who doesn't consent to being childized, who is not interested in that, who is an adult, who acts like an adult and talks like an adult and carries himself like an adult. Why do you feel the need to call women baby? Little mama. Why do y'all feel the need to call women outside their names? You're only people, right? They're not objects. And you can't expect women to not objectify you and not, like, ignore you and date your wallet if you're just going to treat them like a blow-up doll. And not even a blow-up doll feelings, because niggas never want to acknowledge your feelings. They're just like, what do you mean it's fucked up for me to sexually assault you? What do you mean it's wrong for me to say that I want to assault you in the middle of you asking not to be assaulted? You get dick pics. What I'm saying should be nothing. It's like, why y'all lack awareness to such a degree that you can't take responsibility for your own actions? And when a woman informs you, and when a female body person informs you that you're making them uncomfortable, y'all get mad. Boys getting mad when they get rejected is a whole other video. Until next time, though, know that you are loved by me, by this guy. If nobody at all, by this guy. At least, not even surface level. I love you deeply. I love you, and I accept you for who you are, because you are an individual. And individuals are important in this lifetime, in this world. I meant to say world, but I said lifetime. Know that you are cherished, and if you need somebody to talk to, my inbox is open, but let me know it's because you need to talk about something. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to respond. And don't start the conversation with, how are you? How are you? I need to talk to you about something. Then I'm just going to ignore the first part, because don't ask me how I am. Don't start every conversation with the same mundane shit, because so help me God, I do not need to be bombarded with human interaction that is not going to satisfy my need for interaction. Till next time, YouTube Nation. Bye.